losers already. So let's kind of start with the Laker Denver matchup. So that was a competitive matchup. It was competitive. Every game was competitive. I think I saw a stat where Lakers were up, 75% of the time or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it really just I kind of really just shows you how strategic Denver, well, basketball itself and Denver really is in terms of how they go about beating a team. Because it's almost you know, the Lakers squeezed out a win. It wasn't like a blowout or anything like that. Obviously, there's two games in there that Jamal hit. One was a buzzer beater, and the other one was like a damn near buzzer beater. There's 3 seconds left, right? That was the clinching game 5. Every other game was pretty close. I think except for one. There was game 2 where Denver kind of pulled away and said, okay, they won that game, right? But game 1, game 3, game 4, game 5 were all close games and could have gone in the Lakers' favor. So they kind of ran into the same issue that they ran into last year. Obviously, that was a clean sweep, but more or less the same thing, right? The same results. Sure, they got one. Denver really wasn't faced. One thing I was saying, I was like, okay, and maybe it came a little too late because there was already 3-0 before they won that game. But I always said to myself, okay, if you kind of, put Denver in an uncomfortable position, and that's kind of like being down in a series or tied, then the pressure is really on for them to be like, okay, if you guys don't fix up, you may lose in the first round, right? So I find that especially when a team that's never had pressure before, because it was a walk to the park for them last year, right? I thought that if the Lakers were able to put a little pressure on them, they would increase their odds of winning that series. But that never happened, right? It really was nothing closer than 3-1. And then, Denver won the next game. So my question to that, Denver clearly being the clear, team to beat in the West and in just the whole NBA, what do the Lakers got to do in the offseason or just, in any part between now and next playoffs to get over that hump, and that hump being Denver and the rest of the league? Where do they go from here? Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back. It's gonna be what's today? Friday. We're gonna go back. Flashback Friday for one of the first things I said regarding the Lakers. So we're gonna go back to March or February around that time, right? Which I said was you have to get rid of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And this is why I'm saying that. I'm going back to that. I have to, bro. I'm going back, bro. I'm going back. I'm sorry. I gotta go back.
It's refreshed in my mind as you say that. But it's such a bold statement. But go on.
But I don't know if you recall what I said. And if anybody's watching this, they can go back to that video so I can because I explained myself more in detail why I said that. But the reason why I'm saying that, I was like, okay, we'll start with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis played really well this series.
Yeah.
Played really, really well. But the problem is, and so these problems are connected together. So this is what I said to you. I said AD has monster games with the whatever, like I think we said 30 and 15 or blah 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 blah. But does he do it to win? And there was proof of that in the series because he got the numbers. But I remember one game, AD didn't score the ball for 17 minutes.
Oh, okay.
He didn't score the ball for 17 minutes.
Yeah, I think he had 4 points in the second half, something like that, in game 2.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to say. And I don't think maybe a lot of people understand what I was trying to say was, yes, he gets numbers, but is he doing it to win? He's not taking shots when it matters. The series was very close this year and last year between the Lakers and the Nuggets, and the way the Denver Nuggets were able to pull away or that gap between the Lakers and Nuggets was in the fourth quarter, right? LeBron and AD kind of shied away from what they were doing in the first 3 quarters, especially in the first half, actually. Yeah. They kind of shied away from what they were doing to be because at halftime, most of those games, the Lakers were good position. They were good position. We're like, okay, the Lakers can win this game. And then third quarter came, and then fourth quarter came. We're like, oh, crap. The Nuggets won again. So that's what I'm saying. Anthony Davis will give you monster games. I never doubted that. I never said Anthony Davis will give you monster games. But I'm saying he's doing it to win. If you have X amount of points by the third quarter, why you stop? Whatever you were doing to get to that point, why did you stop? Do that in the fourth quarter. LeBron, do that in the fourth quarter. But LeBron and AD kind of shied away from that, and I don't know why. When Jamal Murray and Jokic had the ball in their hands in the fourth quarter, they're the ones making the plays. Like Porter Jr. might hit a 3 here and there. Eric Gordon might do a tip-back dunk. But at the end of the day, it was Jamal Murray and Jokic hitting those shots that mattered. LeBron and AD were not doing that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we're seeing the same series last year, right? why are we gonna run this again? That's why I'm saying that. I'm not doing it to be a hater. I'm just saying like they had another opportunity to show that okay, last like we fixed our errors from last year, or like from a coaching perspective, we fixed up our matchups. Like it was the same shit, bro. It was the same shit. So that's why I'm saying, and for LeBron, I'm just saying he's old, bro. He's old, man. Like there was times that Aaron Gordon was looking amazing out there, just dunking on him, getting rebounds over him and stuff like that. So it's not about hate, bro. I just know the standard and the expectations that the Lakers have as an organization. And I'm saying with these two guys, it's going to be a problem because even if you go, okay, let's get rid of Austin Reeves, Rui, D'Angelo Russell, all these guys, right? Let's just run with that for a second, right? If Anthony Davis and LeBron James are still not taking those shots, it doesn't matter who's around them. It doesn't matter who's around them. You cannot expect role players to be the guys in order for you to beat a team like the Denver Nuggets. It has to be LeBron and Anthony Davis versus Jamal Murray and Jokic. They didn't do it. So, bro, like what? Are we supposed to have another 82-game season next year? Have the same conversation before the playoffs? Oh, the Lakers are the best team to beat the Nuggets. And then what? They come back and lose 4-1, 3-4-0? Like, I think the Lakers should be happy with their consolation prize of at least getting one win from the Denver Nuggets because they lost 11 times straight. So, yay, we won once. We won once.
They broke that streak.
But, yeah, like, I'm not saying that LeBron and AD are not great players. I'm just saying that from the Lakers' perspective, they need to figure some things out. I don't know, LeBron's a free agent this year, so they'll figure it out. But, yeah, bro, I have to go back to that take, bro. Get rid of AD and LeBron.
Jeez, that's a hot take.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro.
One. Okay, no, I hear your point of view, but then what do you do? Like, okay, if you get rid of LeBron and AD, for what? What do you get back? Like, who in the league is that personnel that can give you what you need?
Well, the thing is, I'm not talking about because building a team is not necessarily something that can happen overnight or over a season. So I'm not necessarily saying get rid of AD and LeBron and replace them with two other superstars. I'm just saying the more you go on with this experiment of I mean, they won a championship, so I won't call it an experiment. But the longer you go with these two as your main guys and keep trading and trading and trading, there's no continuity, there's no chemistry. Like every time you do a trade, there's a draft pick that needs to be attached to that. You're doing this, you're doing that. So what I'm saying is that the Lakers organization, LeBron is 39, turning 40 at the end of this year. AD seems to always be getting injured. I'm saying, how long are we gonna do this? Because as soon as they leave, if you have them for the rest of until they retire, essentially, when they retire, there's going to be nothing left. And the Lakers, again, are going to be in that weird space after Kobe retired. Like, they're going to be in that weird dark ages of, like, that 6 years before LeBron came or whatever. Sorry, I'm not sure how many years it was. Yeah, something like that, Like, it's like they're going to go back to that, maybe even longer. So that's why I'm saying that. Like, I'm not necessarily saying go out and get a free agent this year. I'm just saying, like get what you can for everybody that you have and then reset and then kind of take it slowly. And then, but they probably don't have a draft pick for that guy. I was going to say Cooper Flag, but do they even have a draft pick to even tank for him? Probably not. So
you're saying Lakers should give up their title run in the short term and start fresh and see if they can get a new player such as Cooper Flag. And
their what? Sorry, you said title run?
Not their title run, but like their title chances. You telling me they have a 0% chance of winning this year? If they beat the Denver Nuggets, they would that's the team that they needed to beat. If they beat the Denver Nuggets, you knew they were going to go to the finals.
Sure, but if they beat the Denver Nuggets, then we're probably not having this conversation, right? So they had to beat the Denver Nuggets in order for me to say that, and I can't, they didn't do it, so I can't say that. They did the same thing they did last year. They won a game, sure, but like, what do you think? No, but what do you think then?
I think it's a little bit easier fix than dashing away LeBron and AD. I do think the fourth quarter thing is a problem. I think that has to do with mentality, yes, for both of them, and age and energy for LeBron, but more so a mentality thing when it comes to AD. But I think marginally from where they were last year to this year, those two alone had a better fight against Denver. Look at AD. AD had a much better year. He played 65, 70 games, right? He was dominant, or he wasn't like as volatile as he's been in the past few years. He was giving you a lot of games of like 25, 28, and like the last game he had 20 rebounds. You know what I mean? So like I understand like the fourth quarter thing is where they lose, and that's where they lose the chess game. But I think that's more of a mental thing. I think that's going to be hard to fix. But I think there are ways to tweak that a bit, because they did tweak it over the past year, and they could tweak that and get that better, become more comfortable playing these guys. Because the more you play that team, that championship team, the better way you can find ways to beat them. Right? You have a mind in LeBron. Like obviously minds do deteriorate, but like not right now for LeBron. Right?
Mhm.
And I think that there's other tweaks that they need to do, like the Terrion Prince, if I said his name right, Austin Reeves, D'Lo, you know what I mean? Like, there's other things that you could do to get over that hump, because there's two ways to win games. You see how Denver's winning; they're coming back and winning, and they're playing chess. Or you could win a game like how Golden State used to win a game, and you're slapping teams by 20, 30, and like the Lakers are up 20 points one game, right? And they lost that lead. But there's different ways that you could beat a team or skin a cat. And I'm going to go back to my flashback. They need to, once again, I said this a few episodes, they got to figure out how they could beat Jokic. I know he looks like the perfect player, but everyone has some type of flaw. I don't care who you were. Like, you can look at Usain Bolt. He's the fastest man ever. He had flaws. You know what I mean? And his flaw is that he started slow. You know what I mean? So
Right.
so like you have to get ahead of him before and play that mental game before he just, strides past you. So there are things that you could do to Jokic that they just haven't figured out yet. And one of the smaller changes that I think that they could figure out, and I don't know why this guy is not in the league, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was the guy defending Jokic when they won in 2020. So I think there has to be a way to manage and deal with Jokic, make him feel uncomfortable. There's always going to be something that you need to figure out to make them uncomfortable. And God rest his soul, Kobe would have figured it out. Kobe would have figured it out by now, because you saw him sitting there trying to figure out like KD and like Steph and like the hardest players to guard in the league. And I just don't know if like LeBron is thinking, like obviously he's thinking about how to slow down Jokic, but I don't know. They got to figure out something. I think I think Darvin Ham's gone. Like Darvin Ham is done.
He's
He's
done,
done
yeah.
for. D'Lo might get traded most likely, and some of those other role players, the Vanderbilts and the Gabe Vincents, and the people that should have been producing a lot to a little more are going to be swapped out and see if they can get more
For
consistent
what
players.
though? Let me jump in quickly.
They
Let me
need more.
jump in quickly.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm jumping. Their value is horrible right now. So who are
Yeah.
we swapping them for? It's not like it's like, oh, D'Angelo Russell won us a series or a couple series. I want him on my team. Let me give you something in return for that. Like Russell, Austin Reeves, Rui, Torian Prince, Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt, Jackson
That's
Hayes,
a lot of guys. That's
Christian
a lot
Wood.
of mans. That's a
Christian
lot
Wood.
of man. Christian Wood.
All
Forgot about
these
that guy.
guys' value, whether it has to do with injury or just production, their value is not. And this is what I was trying to say. Like, I'm not sure if you're taking me saying AD, get rid of AD and LeBron the right way. I think you're saying, I think you're thinking that I don't think they're good enough. I'm just saying that what can you get to put around these guys, right? Because at the end of the day, the main thing, like what I've noticed, and I told you this, I think about a month or two ago, to watch out for this. Like, I think the weakness is to beat them is keep attacking the paint, keep attacking. Jokic does not like to play defense, and he does not like to get fouls. Keep attacking. So that's what I'm saying. So like, if it's a mental thing, right? And the fourth quarter comes around, and LeBron James is not doing that. AD's not doing that. LeBron's 39. AD's in his 30s, whatever, however old he is, and like they're not. It's not like we're talking about Anthony Edwards, where it's like, okay, he can still learn this and get better. These guys are stuck in their ways. Like that cliche saying, like you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So are we gonna sit there as a Los Angeles or the Lakers organization and be, okay, hopefully LeBron and AD can mentally get there in the fourth quarter in order to beat the Denver Nuggets or whoever is going to be in their way to win a championship? And it's just like, at what point do you pull the plug? And that's what I'm saying. Like, like LeBron, he He's probably going to opt out of his contract this year. He's probably going to come back to the Lakers anyways. If LeBron was even if LeBron wants to stay and to keep LeBron, take AD as a dollar and get 4 quarters for him. You probably won't get an AD replacement per se,
yeah.
but you'll get 4 quarters, meaning like 4 players that can. Because sometimes it's not about getting a superstar talent. Sometimes you just need the guys that complement, your star player or your main guy. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they could do. They're in a rough shape right now as an organization.
Jeez, especially
LeBron's only
in rough shape. I mean, as an organization, their moves are quite limited based on how well they've played this year. For those role players, so it's hard to make some swaps. But the Lakers are good at swindling other. I don't know how they swindle a lot of organizations, but the fact that they're in this position when a year ago, remember how rough of a start they were last year, and then they made it to the playoffs. And we're like, damn, Lakers are looking quite nice compared to where we thought they were gonna end up. So they, if anyone is able to get something for nothing, it's them, right? And yeah, I kind of do agree. Maybe you could get something more for AD, an AD plus another role player that can give you a consistent 15, 18 points and will do the things that play the game that you need them to play. But damn, AD and LeBron though. I'm just going based off what you said, right?